Hey everybody. Bohemia Interactive and the DayZ developers presented a playable build of the 063 beta patch for DayZ at their booth at Gamescom in Cologne this year. This is the very first time the public could get their hands on trying out the new player controller. I naturally was very excited and was fortunate enough to get a good amount of time playing the new build. This video will be two parts. The first part will be a commentary I recorded with DayZ lead designer Peter Nespesny on a playthrough by my good friend Mr. Blue on the 063 beta build. The second part will be my thoughts on the new patch and how I think it will impact DayZ in the future. The audio was recorded directly from an incredibly busy and loud show floor at Gamescom, so apologies about the background noise. Finally, the devs have also asked me to mention that this build of 063 is in no way final. The purpose of this Gamescom build was to get feedback of the new player controller by the public. Okay, I'm as excited about this as you are, so let's get started.
Hi folks.
Welcome. Blue is on the controls. As you just saw, he was laying down, which is one of the new animations. Peter, maybe you want to talk about some of the new animations that you've put in?
Hey, there is plenty of stuff, like some new gestures. You just can show the sleeping gesture. There is another ones. You can see currently he's using greeting gesture, and he's still moving while he's using it. So these additional gestures are able to be used with the movement. Full body, of course, not like waving, like SOS signal or dancing and stuff like that. Not with the another animations we have plugged in for this version. There is, for example, falling from heights when you jump down, like from the stairs or something like that. There is injured animations, which is we have like normal set for like perfectly healthy player and for completely injured one, and we are blending it depending on the current health state, which is really nice. So it doesn't look same always.
So you'll notice when someone is injured, you'll be able to see it directly from the player when you see it walk.
Okay, I can eyeball that he's like 20% on health or
right.
Like 80% on health and stuff like that.
Right, right. And what we'll see as well is that right now the new running animation is in, new stamina bar is in, completely different, no more zigzags, forever sprinting at super high speeds. You actually have to manage your speed, and this is kind of the new melee that's being implemented, kind of a 3 combo hits.
Exactly, that's what you just saw, that was a 3 punch combo. You can do that nearly with every item in game. Some items like heavy ones, for example, like the extinguisher or I don't know, pot or car battery. There's just 2 punch combos, 2 attack combos with them. Yeah, but like nothing is final really, so we will see how it went.
We'll see how it progresses.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. No, but it's a huge difference. The inventory is different. The melee is different. The character moves different, looks different. It's like you said, it's DayZ 2.0.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how it feels. I mean, we've played it. I mean, Blue's playing it right now. You know, it's definitely completely different. It's a big step up. I think it's definitely something that you'll notice is that it's more immersive. It actually feels like a real interaction with your character.
Exactly.
Everyone that's played is very excited about it.
Yes,
you notice that around here at the booth as well.
Exactly, like the reception is very good so far. Like I would say great, but so it's really great. It's awesome. It's really nice to see all the people who try to play it, even the long-time DayZ players and even the like completely new to the game. They were like blown out by the game and its current state. So it's really nice to see. It's really nice to hear the feedback. It's a huge positive moral booster for me and for the entire team to see that we are on the right track to making the best survival game ever.
This is opening the gates to the next level of DayZ. The modding, all of the content that you want in, the base building is going to be a thing.
Definitely. What we are seeing here is like the foundation has been laid down and we are going to build up on it. So finally we are going to make that game we always wanted.
Exactly. So one of the things maybe Blue could do right now, because one of the new things is beard growth
Yes.
in the game. And now that Blue has found a knife, maybe we can show off that you can now shave yourself. So if you look at the bottom left, you'll see the animation. You have to hold left click. And if you let go of left click, it doesn't complete the animation. And now, completely shaven.
Like a newborn.
Like a newborn. So to the observable ones, you'll see is that the head is shaven as well. That is supposed to not be in the game. That is just in the...
Yes.
It's just the beard. And now our character is injured. So you'll see it walking with a limp.
Exactly.
Like you said earlier, this will be indicating that someone is injured. And but rather than staying injured, you need to splint to recover. It will recover over time with health. So your health will recover over time.
Exactly. Like the health is like general stat, and it's regenerating at some speed, and that speed depends, and of course it will depend on the other state of your character. Like, are you sick? Are you well fed? Are you hydrated and stuff like that? So. The better the condition of the character, then the faster the regeneration of the health will be.
Very good. Okay, so that's going to be a big difference now compared to the original. Like if you break your legs, you have to splint, and now it's just more of a gradual thing, and you need to get energized, hydrated to get the limp away.
Well, actually, there will be like completely new system for the fractures. We are planning to have the fractures for a leg and fractures for an arm, and you will be you will have to splint yourself or to use splint on your leg or the arm, and but it won't be instant healing like it's currently in the 62 or the previous versions. So the splint will be like an attachment, so you will see the splint on your character. And when you use splint, let's say on your leg, so you can start walking. Without the splint, you will be just be in prone position and moving like that. And that splint will need to be applied for some amount of time
before it really starts
to heal
working.
your leg, exactly.
Right.
And then you can throw your splint away when it's healed.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so Blue just found a gun. So I'm going to ask Blue to maybe head towards the military compound to find some ammo for it.
I think Blue can show us. Okay, maybe unpacking the box.
Unpacking is something Blue can show. Blue, unpack it. Do you know how?
Okay, put it in your hands.
I don't want to lose the gun.
No, don't worry about it.
So in your hands, and now...
Yes. And now by holding the left mouse button, he's unpacking the box of ammunition.
With a new animation as well, and now...
Well, that's actually the animation for the ejecting the magazine.
For the, oh, okay.
So it's like a placeholder.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of animations missing.
Okay.
Now he can chamber the gun, for example, by drag and dropping on the combine. Yes. You can see his chamber it.
Very nice animation, yeah.
Now when you fire it, he can try to chamber it from the ground, from the pile which is on the ground.
So this is new as well. You hold right mouse button to aim from the hip.
Yes.
That's different now.
Yes. There was the raised stance, like the aggressive stance, to say. It was toggleable by the spacebar. We switch it to the hold action with the right mouse button, and it won't be toggleable anymore. Only the iron sides are toggleable with the middle mouse button, and maybe it's not a really good solution for the iron sides, but definitely we will have raised stance activated by the hold. We don't want to let people run around in the raised stance like forever. It's quite immersion breaking.
Yeah, it needs to be more dynamic, more natural.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You can actually attack someone with, I don't know, can of cola, but you can also drink that can of cola. So you need to have some kind of modifier to say what you are going to do. While your hands are down, you are going to drink it. When you hold it in raised position, we are going to punch someone.
That makes a
with
lot of
that scope.
sense. Yes.
So,
Yes, because now everything has to be done through the left mouse button, so you need that distinction in order for that to work.
yes.
Yes. Okay. So one of the things with melee that we talked about briefly when I was playing is that you have an idea for blocking, because right now we can't block in this build specifically, but you had an idea for blocking, for example, to go, okay, if I want to block an impact, I would raise my hands and walk backwards, or press S.
Yes.
This is an idea you had, something you talked about. Something with blocking is definitely something you guys want in the game.
Yeah. We would like to have melee combat much more interesting, and blocking is one part of it. So we were thinking about, like, when you have raised hands and you move backwards, the character will change his stance to more blocking, even with the hands or X or even the car battery, doesn't matter. And now the target is selected before even the punch lands.
Right.
So, and now we can, with that in mind, we can use some, like, maybe even simple blocking mechanics. So when you are in the block, then maybe the damage could be halved or something like that.
Right.
So it won't be like melee combat simulator, but it could have some depth.
It has a little bit more to it than just
Exactly.
left click, I win. Haha.
And exactly,
Yeah.
and we didn't talk about it, but we are also planning some evades while you are in the melee mode,
Okay.
like to the sides and stuff like that. So we will see, like, where we can get this.
All right, cool. I like it. Did you find ammo for your gun yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh. So this
Maybe you can show us some sway and hold breath.
Some sway, hold breath with control while you're aiming down sights. That is obviously different now as well,
Okay,
rather
so-
than holding my mouse click, which you already need to do.
Exactly.
You're now
So
with control.
we can see the pattern is completely different than it was used to be. So there is, like, we are trying to mimic the breathing. Like, you see the gun is moving up and down, and there is, like, little twitches to get your
To move your gun
hands
around, right?
back to the target. These switches are quite random, so you have two parts in this way. One is completely predictable, and one is unpredictable.
Okay.
So you need to counter both of them. So I'm not a fan of, like, infinity loop, like 8 going on.
Nice.
And of course, the sway is connected to your stamina, to your overall state. So when
Yeah.
you will be cold, you will be, like, twitching much more. And
That is something I
Yeah.
wanna see if Blue can do. If he can completely run out of stamina, and then aim the gun, aim down sights. So you're now out of stamina. You'll notice the breathing is a lot
Yes.
different now, but it's
going up and down much faster than before.
yes, and it's a much more tied to the breath rather than just having a fixed
Yes.
way of doing it. It does feel a lot better. It does look a lot better. So Blue is going to head towards the road. He's going to show off the new gestures, which are right now bound to from F12. The new
Yeah.
dance. Nice. All right, F11 obviously still is suicide.
It will be suicide, yeah, of course.
It's not in this build, but it's still there. We're familiar with that, but you can now do these actions while walking. Walk
Nice.
through around town, give people thumbs up. Hey, nice shot, man. Good job.
Yeah, and how I mentioned that the gesture will be locked to your lookout, so you can turn it out with your hands, with your head, and it will show it to that.
So basically,
Direction.
the point you aim at is where the direction will be. The
Yes, of the
action will be
gesture.
pointed. The
Yes.
gesture will be pointed at as well. Yes.
Yes.
Falling asleep. This is nice. We started with that. This is my favorite. Just walking around town, giving people the finger. SOS?
SOS, yes.
Yes.
Yes, we have so many gestures currently that there is like very less keys on the functional keys on the keyboard. So there will be like the gesture, like the radial menu for the gestures.
Right, okay.
So it will be divided to the groups of
Oh,
gestures,
okay, yes.
and then it will be like picking from that group.
Well, that's one of the things that I was wondering as well, because eventually this is going to have to go to console, and you're going to need some. Console doesn't have those amount of buttons, so there needs to be
exactly.
something that.
Like we will on the consoles, we will be using the radial menu also probably for the quick bar.
Yes.
So yeah, we definitely need to implement it. And on the PC version, it will be perfect match for the gestures because we have so plenty of them. Maybe you can show it in the status report when Victor was showing like the military signals, like come, hide, low, let's go,
Yes.
and that kind of stuff.
So you can communicate with someone in game who's not in TeamSpeak, but still be quiet about it. I like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, the cheapest.
Oh, nice.
That's where he's been.
Get him, Blue.
Got it.
Ah,
All right. So now it says skin. You hold left mouse button.
exactly.
New animation for the skinning. Looks
Yes,
gruesome.
that's the new animation for the skinning.
And- The bloody hands.
Now blue looks quite dangerous.
And something you can actually do as well. You can go up to a well and wash your hands.
Exactly. Yes, you can. wash
So
your hands.
if you want to hide your crimes, you can wash your hands.
That's true. And the bloody hands will be connected to the medical system, to diseases, and to stuff like that. So you better wear gloves or wash your hands often. Ah, yes, nice.
Separate animation for it, and then boom,
Nice.
you're clear. Nice.
Maybe you can show drinking from well.
Drinking from the well? Yeah. That's a big thing. So now blue is holding left mouse button. It keeps drinking, and you'll see the build, the meter fill on every single time. You can stop whenever you want. It's a big difference between the spamming or being stuck in an animation. It's actually
It's very
smooth.
dynamic.
Yes.
It's natural. Like
Yes.
you are doing what you want to do,
Yeah.
not what the game is forcing to.
Yes. Freedom.
Freedom.
So you'll see these new icons at the doors. That's something you also do in 063 now, rather than having something in the vicinity or just as a menu that pops up in the middle of your screen. It's now a little bit more elegant. It actually shows at the door handle. It's dynamic. It's also good for picking up stuff in the tall grass, which I've experienced with sucks sometimes.
The
But
grass
this works
is,
very well.
Very good hiding. Anyways, maybe Blue can show us. Oh, here we are. This is the control panel for the public address system in this area, in this village. So you can plug the car battery to it or truck battery to make it work. You can turn it on. Then you can transmit, and what you are transmitting will be heard through the loudspeakers in the area. But also you can like put the radio next to it and talk from behind the hill. So maybe Blue can show us how you can split and combine stuff in the inventory. And it's now working just by right-clicking to split. Yes, like that. And to combine it, just drag and drop over the icon of the item. There is
And that's it. There's no
exactly.
more second
That's it.
menu.
No more right mouse button clicks, selecting from menu, what I want to do, swap. or combine or whatever or split. It's just drag and dropping or right clicking. That's it.
Yeah.
It's really streamlined. Really nice to play with. I think Blue missed one room there on the floor.
Oh yeah, you missed a room, Blue.
Yeah!
Finally.
Surprise!
You see how I automatically skip
Yeah, I know. I did the exact same thing. I did the exact
Didn't
same
even
thing.
see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you just skipped it.
Oh my god, people are gonna hide in there.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
So not with the magazine in hands. Blue can empty it one by one by the continuous action.
So if he holds left click, then it's empty. So out, out,
Guys,
out,
yeah,
out.
like holding the left mouse button.
Right, and they
That's the continuous action.
They
So
just
and
went
now when he looks on the ammo pile on the ground and start holding the left mouse button, he start loading his magazine one bullet per time.
very good. And this is something you can do through the inventory as well.
Yes, he can drag the pile on the combine slot in the hands, and he will be thrown in the world, and then he will start holding the left mouse button
In order
start
to
loading it.
combine
Yes.
the magazine.
Like really everything is done in the world. We don't want you guys to play some inventory. We want to play. We want you to play the game.
Yeah.
Basically. So to be there, to be in the environment, to see what's going on around you, not to be stuck in this screen.
Yeah.
Yes. So one more thing we want to, you suggested we should check out is quickly how the kind of a quick glimpse of how base building will work in the game. Obviously, what we're going to do is not base building, but
Yes,
it's how
but-
it will work.
Exactly.
Right.
It's connected to the advanced placing, so hopefully Blue will be able to find something like power generator or cable or something like that, or maybe make some fireplace, and he would be able to place it on the exact position he wants to.
Okay.
So again, by holding the left mouse button, there's
Cut
a
the-
continuous action to cutting the
bush down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now holding the left mouse button, he's going to split the long stick into thirds.
Whoa, he's doing okay.
Yeah, there is like some issues still with the
With lining up.
the poses of items in hands. Okay, so now Blue drag on the combine. Yes, exactly. Hold the left mouse button, and he will craft
Is crafting a
the
fireplace.
Yes. Now when you yes, and here in inventory we can see these like groups of attachments which are possible on the fireplace. So there's like the cooking equipment, upgrade with stones, what kind of fuel I have in the fireplace, what kind of kindling I can put in.
Books, paper.
Exactly. You can
Yes.
see those ghost icons, and all these ghost icons are meant to be like to say like, okay, guys, you can put this, this, and this here, and that's all. Like, it doesn't need to go to Wikipedia. It doesn't need to search internet. We are telling you like what's possible, what's not.
So this is how base building will pretty much work. Oh.
Yes, we can see advanced placing in action. Now Blue is in the placing mode basically, so he can see the ghost of that object right before him, and when he finds some appropriate place, he can place it by holding the left mouse button. Okay, now it's clipping with the wall, so you can't place it. When it's dark, you can't place it. When it's white, it is possible to place.
Open my doors and shit.
Nice. So
Okay. Sure.
So holding left mouse, we'll place it.
voila,
There you go.
exactly the same place he chose.
Ignite by match, holding left mouse button.
And this advanced placing stuff will be used for building the tents, placing the tents, placing the like fences, watchtower foundations in the base building, placing the electricity systems like the cable reels, spotlights, stuff like that. Yeah, nice.
Nice, there you go. We start laying
So
down.
yeah, so how we started.
Is how we're gonna end. Hey Peter, thank you so much for answering the questions. A lot of people want to know about this kind of stuff.
That's great to hear. You guys like it. I hope when it hit the shelves, it will release, you will enjoy the new DayZ.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
See you. Ciao.
The developers are claiming beta will feel like DayZ 2.0, and honestly, I agree with that. Every action feels smooth, and it makes more sense to the inexperienced player. I think 063 will absolutely bring a lot of people back to the game. I mean, PvP will be monumentally different. The stamina system will make running away and being shot almost impossible. The damage system is completely new and will be much more consistent. Also, the devs have some great ideas for inertia as well, but that wasn't confirmed to be ready for this build yet. This patch will bring a lot of content too. Just experiencing this new inventory system makes it feel like you have to learn everything all over again. New stuff like megaphones, radio control panels, new guns, base building, and a bunch of new animations will interest both new but also the experienced players. The devs also mentioned they have many more surprises in store for beta release, so we've only seen just a part of it. Do I think this will bring the hype back for DayZ back to its former glory? Not quite yet. But this patch will open doors for modders to create an abundance of content for everyone to enjoy. Arma 3 is seeing massive success with mods. I don't see any reason for DayZ to be any different. When will this patch be out? We don't know. The devs have stated they were aiming for 2 stable build releases for 2017, but with the sheer amount of new features planned on being added, I wouldn't be surprised if we will have to wait a little longer. Trust me though, it will be worth it. I want to say a massive thank you to Peter and the rest of the dev team for sitting down with us and explain what the DayZ beta experience will be like. The devs are very excited for the community to get their hands on this new DayZ. Shout out to Mr. Blue and Queenie as well for helping out with controlling the character and testing your suggestions you've sent through on Twitter. I will leave links to their Twitch channel in the description, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching this video. In beta we trust.